So we'll start seated on the mat, comfortably cross-legged in our Sukhasana. Vertically tall, aligning the spine, ground to sky. And let's sit in the seat and find our deep breaths, exploring, what in this moment, what's the capacity for filling completely your belly, ribs, and chest as you take a deep inhalation. And exhale, moving all of the breath out of your body. Let's just practice those things. Filling your inhalation up completely. Emptying the exhalation out completely. Untangling what we can in this moment, in the neck, shoulders, through the spine, through your hips. And maybe those subtle movements allow you to sit up a little taller. All right, we're preparing our body for the practice. And let's begin with a gentle twist, twisting to the right. Aligning our spinal column with vertical. And shift twist to the left. Facing forward. Hands fall to the floor at our sides. Again, we're referencing vertical, ground to sky, nice and tall. Let's side bend to the left. I'm going to lean onto the left hand comfortably. Right arm reaching upward first to lengthen the side body, and then bend. Bending to the left gently. Breathing deeply, lateral flexion is the spinal action. And now let's flex to the right. To the left again. And drifting over to the right, last one. Back to center. Let's straddle our legs out. We've been cross-legged for quite a few breaths. So now straightening legs, creating a straddle that you can sit up tall within. So again, feel free to use your handprints to help you readjust your seat. And that means finding a better tilt in your hips to frame your body. Folding forward at your hips. Straddle, forward fold. Finding our deep breaths here. We're going to be here for many breaths. Enjoy. Maintaining a sense of spinal alignment as you lean in. We sit upright. And gently slide your left hand down the left leg towards the ankle, opening the chest. So instead of curving, letting it fall shoulder to ground, picking the right shoulder up to expand across your chest as you lean sideways, right? We're laterally flexing over the left leg, right arm up, and maybe reaching over. We're creating a side bend within our straddle pose. We rise. Slide the right hand down the right leg, finding a gentle connection of right arm bone, lower arm bone to lower leg bone, opening across the chest, adding our lateral flexion. Back to center. Let's find our forward bend again, forward flexion. When we give our poses many breaths, the time for them to bloom, we really can notice the difference from the start, breath one, to maybe a difference, a sense of surrender by the time you reach breath 8 or 10. Notice the difference. One more long, deep breath. We're going to bring our legs back to crossed comfortably Sukhasana, our easy seated pose. We're going to start that flow again, twisting to our right, tall, and rotating through the rib cage, thoracically. Engaging our 3-part breathing, right? Filling up belly, ribs, and chest. Twist to the left. We face forward, lateral flexion, cross-legged position to the left. Dip to the right. Back to center. Straddle legs out. Reframe your seat to fold forward in our straddle. We're finding the good stretches through our thighs, through our hips, and through our spine. Keep your shoulders on your back as you really true that the forward fold is coming from your hip hinge. One more long, deep breath. And then we'll sit upright. Using our lateral flexion, flexing to the left. Lengthening our body, arm over the left leg. Smoothly, laterally flexing to the right. Just take a moment to check in that your spine is aligned from your root to your crown as you flex over the right leg. Back to center. Good work. Let's bring feet into the side lines of our mat, right? Aligning our footprints, finding side lines, handprints to the ground. And I'm moving back just a little bit because when I flow, internal and external rotation, I kind of slide forward just a little bit. So you drop your knees to the left. Right leg is internally rotating, left leg is externally rotating. Staying in balance, using handprints as an origin here. Rolling knees to the right, rolling to the left. So you're finding those different rotational actions through your hips, like bringing harmony to the hip space. One more to the left, one more to the right. And then feet come together, footprints mirroring one another. Even angles to the legs as you sit upright, vertically tall. Right? Let your arms rest on your lap somewhere comfortably. That's a really important starting point, right? It's a reference, a directional reference. And when we're vertically tall, it's a great place to check in with your breath and make sure that you're filling 360 degrees of the space that surrounds the spine. The shoulders of your body are broadening, the heads of the shoulders moving apart, widening. Your chest space, heart space, expanding. And your hip space, right? Thigh space is expanding. You may find that a forward fold feels nice here in Baddha Konasana. Honor your body. There really is a spectrum within this pose, from upright to folding forward, maybe heart towards your ankles. It's a spectrum. Dial it back to the place in the spectrum that felt good, where you feel steady with ease. One more long, deep breath. Right leg stays externally rotated, left leg swings back behind us. We're finding our pigeon pose. Steady on handprints, letting the pelvic floor sink downward. It doesn't have to touch the ground. Let's find our deep breaths. Find a good stretch. Your legs are beginning a splitting action. Finding the place in pigeon on handprints or on elbows, coming to the place where you feel good, good stretches, good about the breath moving through your body, where you feel well balanced, well placed. Shift onto your right hip, and our left leg comes forward. External rotation of left leg. Right leg swings behind us. We're creating our pigeon pose again, rebalancing, allowing the pelvic floor to sink downward, lengthening, and also expanding across the mat, lengthening along, expanding across. Let's rise up from our pigeon if we happen to lower down to the elbows, shifting to your bottom, coming back around to our first round of poses again. Sitting tall, easy seated pose, cross-legged. Let's twist to the right, vertically tall, and the rotation happens through our chest, through our shoulders, through the rib cage. Let's twist to the left. And we'll face forward again. We're gonna go ahead and lie on our backs, and we're gonna do some more of that pigeon work, but lying on our backs. So when you lie back, your right leg crosses over the left in a figure four. Leave your left foot on the ground. Relax your shoulders back. Plug in the base of the spine, your tail. Plug in the base of the skull into the ground. Those two end points of the spine clearly plug into the ground. We balance. And we're allowing our right inner thigh a really gentle stretch. Breath moving all the way into your hips as if your breath were filling up your front pockets. This is a really lovely, very relaxing variation of pigeon pose. And from here we can, just slightly turn it up a notch by lifting the left footprint from the floor, bent left leg in the air. You're tucking your left leg back towards the body. That tuck back action is drawing the right externally rotated leg towards you. That's a stretch. You could choose to hug your left hamstring. That also intensifies your stretch. Honor your body. Please find a good stretch in reclining pigeon. And let's let our left foot return to the ground. We'll change sides. Right footprint on the ground. Left leg crosses the right. We're leaving space, so it's that figure four type of crossing of the leg. Plug in your end points of spine, tail, and base of skull. Lengthen, right? There's a lot of length, distance between those endpoints. breathing deeply, hopefully enjoying this very relaxing variation of pigeon. Now feel free to, turn it up just a little bit by lifting the right footprint up from the ground, giving your right hamstring a hug. And we release, returning our right footprint to the ground, putting left footprint on the ground as well. From here, just bring your feet, your knees together. Lift your heels from the ground and start to rotate bent legs, twist right to left. Not really committing yet to which side you're dropping to. We're keeping the twists active so the legs float towards the ground. They don't touch, right? Flirt with touching the ground, but don't. Right, on this round, we are legs, bent legs. Place them on the left side of the mat. Rest left leg. Rest right leg. Place your left hand on your outer right thigh gently. Relax your arm backs against and shoulders against the ground. Enjoying our twisting pose. Discovering your 360-degree breath awareness. One more long, deep breath. And we'll lift and shift our legs over to the right. Anchoring our shoulders and arms back. Three-part breathing, right? Belly, ribs, chest, filling 360 degrees. Back to center. Let's just legs up. Straight legs upward, shoulders back. creating even leg extensions. Bend legs, feet to ground, bridge pose. Go ahead and bring your arms into frame on the mat. Shoulders and arm bags press back into the ground deeply. There really is this beautiful sense of standing back through your shoulders. You're standing with your shoulders. And slowly bring your bridge back down to the ground. We'll keep legs bent, please. And then right knee to chest. Give your right leg a hug. Knee to chest pose. With each deep breath that you take in this pose, notice any hard edges beginning to soften. And change legs, right footprint to the ground. Hug left leg, knee to chest pose. Let's hug both knees to chest. Take your right leg, and this time the crossing is going to be tight thigh crossing. So those closed space, bent legs. We've crossed or knotted our legs. And now our legs roll to the left. We're going for another twisting variation. Place your body thoughtfully into your twisting pose. All right, let's lift our legs back to center and recross left over right, right? We've tied the knot, legs roll to the right. And let's roll back to center again. Knees to chest pose, giving both legs a hug. And finding a sense of relaxation as you hug both legs. Creating a sense of balance throughout your body so that there's balance in the flow of your breath in the moment. All right, feet to the ground, bridge pose again. Lift your hips and middle upward. Drive your shoulders and arm backs back deeply into the ground. Keep your chin drawn towards the chest as you bury your shoulders back, keeping your throat lock engaged. One more long, deep breath. And then return your bottom to the ground. Feet together, knees part. We are reclining butterfly pose, lying on our backs, doing bound angle. May you allow your body to relax deeply. And noticing the sensation of your breath filling all of your belly, ribs, and chest, all the space. Go ahead and extend your legs, finding your final relaxation pose. Set your body up thoughtfully. Relax and breathe deeply. And I wish you sweet dreams in your Shavasana. Enjoy. Thanks for showing up. And please enjoy that Shavasana for a few more minutes.